Hello, my name is Carrie Baker, and I am here to discuss my case study, NWA versus Jerry Holler, straight out of Compton. The problem at the center of the negotiation between NWA, which comprised of members Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, MC Ren, and DJ Yella, and Jerry Heller, their manager, as depicted in the movie Straight Outta Compton, revolves around the management and financial arrangements. The negotiation essentially concerns the terms of their contractual relationship and the distribution of revenues generated by NWA's music and performances. They felt that the terms of their contracts were unfair, with concerns about transparency, compensation, and the overall management of their careers. The negotiation involved discussions about renegotiating their contracts to ensure more equitable terms and to address the issues they had. Jerry Heller, on the other hand, representing the management side of the negotiation, he had been serving as their manager and was responsible for various aspects of their careers, including securing record deals, managing finances, and handling other business matters. From Heller's perspective, the negotiation involved efforts to maintain his position as the group's manager and to preserve the existing contractual arrangements, which were beneficial to him financially. The former NWA manager, Jerry Heller, has filed a $110 million defamation suit against the makers of the rap biopic Straight Outta Compton, claiming the blockbuster drama both portrayed him in a false light and used details without consent from his memoirs. Overall, the negotiation between NWA and Jerry Heller encapsulated tensions surrounding the balance of power, control, and financial interests in the music industry. Both parties had underlying interests that motivated their positions and actions. Party 1. The members of NWA were primarily interested in receiving fair compensation for their work, including album sales, concert revenues, and merchandise sales. They sought to ensure their financial interests were protected and that they received their rightful share of the profits generated by their music and performances. NWA also sought transparency and accountability in their contractual and financial arrangements. They wanted clear and accurate information about their earnings, expenses, and overall financial status, as well as assurances that their management was acting in their best interests. Party 2. As manager of NWA, Jerry Heller's primary interest was to maximize his financial gain from his role in managing the group. This included earning a management fee or commission from NWA's earnings and securing favorable financial terms for him in their contractual arrangements. Additionally, Jerry Heller had interests in maintaining control and influence over NWA's career decisions and business affairs. This involved retaining his position as their manager and exerting influence over their creative direction, marketing strategies, and other aspects of their careers. Both parties entered with specific bargaining positions, reflecting their initial stands and desired outcomes. One of NWA's bargaining positions was the demand of renegotiating their contracts with Jerry Heller and their record label. The revisions to their terms in their contracts were to secure better financial arrangements, including higher royalties, advances, and ownership rights to their music. Another bargaining position for NWA was the insistence on greater transparency and oversight regarding their finances and business affairs. They requested regular financial reports, independent audits, and the involvement of legal advisors to ensure that their interests were being protected. Jerry Heller's initial bargaining position was to maintain the existing contracts with NWA, including his role as their manager and their financial terms outlined in their agreements. He resisted efforts by the group to renegotiate their contracts or seek specific changes to their management. While Heller was reluctant to agree to major provisions to the financial terms of NWA's contracts, he was willing to negotiate certain compromises to address the group's concerns while ensuring he retained specific portion of the earnings as their manager. These bargaining positions set the initial parameters for the negotiation and reflected the priorities and interests of each party. 3 additional negotiation concepts could have played in a role of this negotiation. BATNA, which refers to the best course of action a party can take if negotiations fail to reach an agreement. In this negotiation, both NWA and Jerry Heller had their respective BATNAs in mind. For NWA, their BATNA might have included seeking alternative management or legal recourse if they were unable to reach a satisfactory agreement with Heller. This knowledge of their BATNA empowered them to negotiate from a position of strength, knowing they had alternatives. Similarly, Jerry Heller's BATNA would have involved considering other clients or focusing on other business ventures if NWA were to terminate his contract or pursue legal issue. Negotiation styles refer to the approaches and strategies individuals use when negotiating. In this negotiation, different negotiating styles came into play, influencing the dynamics and outcome. For instance, NWA members employed a collaborative or interrogative negotiation style, emphasizing open communication, problem solving, and the creation of a value through mutual gains. They sought to build trust with Jerry Heller and find a win-win solution that addresses their concerns while recognizing his contributions. On the other hand, Jerry Heller employed a more competitive and disruptive negotiation style, focusing on maximizing his interests and protecting his position as manager. He emphasized his experience, leverage, and authority in negotiating the terms of their contracts. The last, emotional intelligence, which encompasses self-awareness, empathy, and social skills, plays a critical role in negotiations by facilitating effective communication, building rapport, and managing emotions. In the negotiation between NWA and Jerry Heller, emotions ran high due to the personal and financial stakes involved. Members of NWA felt frustrated, mistrust, and anger towards Heller because they perceived unfair treatment or lack of transparency in their contractual agreements. Conversely, Heller experienced pressure, stress, and defensiveness as he negotiated to retain his management role and financial interests. Emotional intelligence enabled both parties to navigate through these emotions constructively, fostering understanding, collaboration, and compromise. In analyzing what went well in the negotiation process, several key factors stood out. One positive aspect of the negotiation process was the clear identification of interest by both parties. NWA articulated their interest in fair compensation, creative control, and transparency, while Jerry Heller expressed his interest in financial gain, career success, and maintaining managerial position. By opening discussions and understanding each other's interests, the negotiation process was grounded in mutual understanding of what was important to each party, laying the groundwork for productive discussions and potential areas of agreement. In analyzing what went wrong in the negotiation process, we can shed light on areas for improvement and lessons learned. Trust is an essential in any negotiation, but it appears that there was a lack of trust between NWA and Jerry Heller. The lack of trust stemmed from past experiences, perceived breaches of trust, and concerns about conflicting interests. For example, NWA members harbored suspicions about Jerry Heller's management practices, transparency in financial dealings, and alignment with their long-term career goals. Conversely, Jerry Heller felt distrusted and undervalued by NWA, leading to a defensive and adversarial behavior. The absence of trust hindered effective communication, cooperation, and collaboration, impeding process in the negotiation process. In the context of the negotiation between NWA and Jerry Heller, as depicted in Straight Outta Compton, an explicit agreement was not portrayed in the film. However, it's important to note that negotiations in real life can often involve implicit agreements or understandings that are not implicitly stated. Therefore, while the film does not depict a formal agreement, it's possible that the negotiation process resulted in some level of compromise or resolution, maybe just not fulfilling or satisfying all parties. Thank you for listening to my case study presentation on NWA versus Jerry Heller, Straight Outta Compton. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you.